Welcome to Secrets from the Saddle podcast. I'm Sylvie, your host, fellow cyclist, bike club founder, cycling coach, bike race junkie, just truly super passionate about cycling. My journey with cycling started 20 years ago when I opened a spin studio, started a women's race team, and founded a women's only cycling club called Cycle Fit Chicks. I'm super thrilled to reveal all aspects that make the world of cycling operate. I'm so excited to be able to bring you interesting people from around the world, pro cyclists, recreational cyclists, coaches, event organizers, bike shop owners, everything and everyone you need to know or ever wondered about when it comes to cycling. I know you'll enjoy this episode. Hey friends, welcome back to another episode of Secrets in the Saddle, All Things Cycling podcast with your host Sylvie here on a gorgeous October weekend. And yeah, you might notice this one is out late again. Like I mentioned, I'm totally committed to the Mondays, and this week has just been slammed. I won't lie. I was supposed to finish, we had Thanksgiving. I was gone, and we spent the weekend in Montreal, or a night in Montreal, which was so much fun. I highly, highly recommend it. Take the train in. Don't drive into Montreal, ever. But we got on the Bixie bikes, and it was so much fun just biking around and covering more terrain without having to worry about driving or walking. Can you relate? Work has been just starting to interfere with things. However, my 20-week winter road cycling program is off the ground. We've met up. We have 15 women. It's so amazing how many new women to cycling. And it's not necessarily a women's only group. I just haven't had any men who are interested. But we've started with our getting to know each other and getting set up at home. And then we talked about goal setting. Everybody has different goals, so it's important to put these goals on paper, put down your event dates, and then we start talking about how to properly structure some of the training that's going to be doing. So what's nice and what everybody appreciates is the structure of not having to think about it. So that's my department, thinking for you. Now that I know of everybody's interests, again, this is a subscription, so you can subscribe anytime you want. If you think you want to try and give it a go on your own till the new year, and you find things are falling apart, then that's the time to get started, because we really start amping into miles and getting people to their goals come January. Won't lie, that's when you start getting serious, right? You can fart around now, but January is time to get serious, because then we have roughly about 4 months before we all get back onto the bike, and maybe in certain areas cycling race season starts. So if you're interested, take a moment right now, go to your phone and text the word cycling to 819-809-0999. You'll get a text message back with a link to the details, and then you can decide whether it's for you. You can join for a month, unsubscribe, and then it also has, as an add-on, a fitness and yoga component, which I'm highly recommending that if you want to increase your performance or get better at cycling, strength training needs to be added, hands down. It's the same as, good nutrition. You can't have one without the other, or you shouldn't, because you're really lacking in the areas that you need. So that's not what we're talking about today. We are going to get into, and I was just thinking about this morning, because I always make it a habit that I choose one day to sleep in. Now, we are all super busy, whether you're training or not. You got kids, Everybody's activities are starting to increase. People are on the go. They're going to events. And now we're kind of getting back to normalcy, right? Back to the run, the go, even if you're at home. Oh my God. So, I start work at 7:30, and now I'm forced to actually get up earlier and train at 5:15 because it ain't happening later. So that means that I'm up early almost every morning of the week. And if you're like me, that's what you're doing, or maybe you just start work early and you have to travel, or you get up early to do the cycling or the running or the swimming, or maybe you're getting up to get kids to different events, right? So where do you get the time to rejuvenate your body, right? And I always make it a habit of picking one day, and I'm like, that's it, everybody. I am sleeping in on Saturday. I'm not going for a ride. I'm going to do it on Sunday, or maybe it's Sunday, because Saturday is always the long ride, the long run. You have to be okay with that, right? So that's just what I'm going to talk about. It's going to be short and sweet. Ask yourself this. Do you give yourself permission to sleep in one day of the week? Whether it's Saturday, Sunday, or Tuesday or Wednesday, do you let yourself do that? And if you don't, you should look into it, because you will feel so much better. Like last night, for instance, I said, this morning I'm sleeping in. I had to work late. I don't know if I mentioned it to you, but I was invited to write a chapter in a book for single parenting. So I spent 4 years being a single parent to my eldest daughter, Tamsin, and then I met my husband, and it's been 12 years with him. So I spent last night, because the deadline was yesterday, and you know how it goes, working till 2 a.m. And so I'm like, I'm going to get up early. So I actually slept till 9, which is a good 7 hours, right? And I absolutely feel amazing this morning. But I gave myself permission to sleep. I let my husband know I'm sleeping. Nobody bugged me. I was able to get up on my own accord. And so I recommend that you do that. Number one, clear your calendar. Let your kids know. Don't schedule anything, right? Take a break. Just take a break. Make sure your room is super dark. If you don't have a dark room, make sure you get earplugs so you have nothing that's going to wake you up, and like eye mask. And don't feel guilty about it. Okay? Can you do that for me? Now, I did mention that I was going to give out a prize for someone who messaged me on Instagram. And I'm going to check it now, because honestly, how many do I have here? I was asking for people to give me their goals. So let me just go check my other account. Check both sides, general, and let's just say that my friends, we didn't have anybody. I would love to give away and help coach someone, but I don't know. What's up? I had lots of messages, but I do not see any that were giving me what I was asking for. And that is sad. But anyways, all right. Now, we're going to move on from that. And we're going to continue just keeping on, because I am going to continuously offer the opportunity to gain some free coaching from me. So you can still win this opportunity, or I'll just give one out to the first person who does send me a list of their goals on Instagram in either my personal DMs or the podcast DMs, and I'll be reaching out to you. So what I've asked is, if you would like me to help you with your goals, I need to hear from you with your set of goals, and then I'll reach out to you. So let's just do that. Let's see if you're curious about how you can progress into reaching your goals over the winter, and you need some help or maybe just some advice. Send me a message to say, hey Sylvie, I heard you on the podcast and I need some help figuring out my program. Here are my goals. And then I'll reach out to you. So how about we do that? Now, and also, if anybody wants to share how amazing it feels to sleep in one day, remember, give yourself grace. It's okay. Don't feel guilty. I would almost be willing to bet that your body is like craving some extra time. And if you've been burning the candle at both ends, this is something you got to do. So with that, have an amazing day, and I hope you're enjoying all the colors out there. They're quickly coming down, but it's been absolutely beautiful this week. And I'm looking forward to a crazy winter of training. So take care, guys, and we'll see you on the next podcast. Oh, yes, I will share with you what's going on in the next podcast if you want to hear. So remember, I attended the Hurton and Halliburton event, and I talked highly about it. I was able to get the coordinators, Mark and Heather, on the podcast talking about their event and how they got started on it. So it was super fun chatting with them, and hope you loved that episode. Take care, guys. Have a great day. Bye.
Thank you so much for spending this time with me on the Secrets from the Saddle podcast, learning more about sighting people, places, and things that make cycling such an exciting sport. I am so glad you stopped by today. Please leave me a review if you feel so moved to do so. I would love to hear your feedback. And if you could take 1 second to share this episode with someone you think would enjoy it, I would be forever grateful. Also, if you could please leave me a review if you feel so moved by going to iTunes and leaving me an honest thought and an honest comment, telling me what you think, and most importantly, tell me what you'd like to hear more of. It would really help me to bring more great, inspiring cycling stories to you. Until then, have an amazing day, make sure you ride your bike, and don't forget to visit my YouTube channel if you'd like to see the full version of this podcast live.